Yoo-hoo! Please do not forget to subscribe and to like. I'm going to start this tale's reading out with a prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So let's get started. The Mayan prophecy is what the 2012 movie is about. Let's get a definition on this Mayan prophecy. To start us off, I am going to be pulling tarot card deck from the tarot deck named Occult Tarot by Travis McHenry here. Must have put it up somewhere here. Okay, let's pull it out here. How can we possibly embrace our truest self if we never stir into the dark? The 2012 is a movie based upon the phenomenon that's happened across the world, that the world was going to end in the year 2012. The Mayas, alchemically speaking, do not speak of the end of the world. Specifically, they say that everything transforms. In this, they were speaking of the spirits of everything that have breath, and that's evolution. So because we are still here after the 2012 events, whichever that's what have happened for you, wherever you were at. Where I was at, I was young and I was watching YouTube videos online and I was terrified, but I tapped into my conscious mind that, this has to be wrong because I don't feel like the world is going to end. So the Mayas is a Western occulticism, and they believe in royal blood and time. On December 12th, 2012, is when the first Mayan prophecy came to an end. The first Mayan prophecy announces the end of the present cycle. That's from the year 1999. There are 13 years remaining to that Mayan prophecy, and the first being that every person is in this great room of mirrors to find their own multidimensional nature within themselves. The world. Number 60 makes one skilled in labor and crafts, increases knowledge of philosophy and science. So the science here, which I am a part here of the world, Vapula, is the Como dice, the first Mayan prophecy announces the end of the present cycle, the first being that every person is in the great mirror, the great room of mirrors. Como dice, the next 13 years from 2013 to 2026. Mathematicians, please correct me if my math is wrong. The second Mayan prophecy shows two paths. These two paths, finally. This is what Sam Cooke sings in his song. A change is going to come, where there are these people who have came before us to fight for these two paths to finally be divided in science. See? Mm-hmm. Awesome. So the one of understanding and tolerance and one of fear and destruction. In both, man will learn the necessary lessons for the evolution of the conscious, the conscience of everything. The prophecy tells us that humanity is moving toward a new era of harmony, and that to get there, we must confront our greatest fears and accept that we are faced with difficult situations in order to learn from them, maintaining peace in any situation which we experience. Now, what is your greatest fear? Comments down below. My greatest fear is being alone, being single, and I had to face that, and I had to come to that understanding that you know, I can face it. I can be alone. And being with somebody that was not able to be alone with me was one of the most wasted times that I've ever had to spend in my life. So I've learned that I I don't like being by myself, and that is my greatest fear. So difficult situations. So what am I going to do because I don't like being with myself? 1 minute, so I'm going to blow my nose. Is is understanding, well, what are the consequences of being by myself? Why am I afraid? Well, I'm terrified because this could happen. I'm terrified because this could happen. Those are normal things to be terrified of. But you do not want to put yourself in such a bad situation with a stranger who could bring that fear and destruction into your life. You don't want to end up there. Like me, I'd rather be homeless than having to be around people who are strangers to me, who make me feel even less than zero. And all of that, I don't know. And my thing is, when I was younger, I told myself I knew this fear, and I had to be. It was during the first prophecy. It was during the first prophecy where I told myself that, I was learning the lessons for my science to come together. And I was like, okay, I am not going to be with nobody else. I do feel like I have a love waiting for me, but it is terrifying. It is terrifying. So, what is the lesson that I can get out of this? Let's pull a card from the occult tarot. I ended up in a relationship, and it's lasted for 4 years. And I just, oh my goodness. Okay. But we're not together at all anymore, and I am single and really by myself, but learning now because I am surrounded and I am able to be home more is like my skills, compassion, uh, superpowers. Like there is good things to come, and I'm so grateful for technology. Cameo, the Fool, number 53, gives understanding of animals and the voice of the waters, answers of things to come. Yeah, so, and there's 4 prophecies, each one lasting for 13 years. We are currently in the second prophecy from 2013 to 2026. Okay. And maintaining peace in any situation which we experience. Maintaining peace in any situation that we experience. No matter how difficult the challenge is, we can maintain and increase our internal energy, producing a state of high vibrations and a state of respect for all that exists. Yeah, so I've been faced with difficult situations, but those difficult situations are what is going to make me stronger in this period of my time here. So I am able to face high vibrations, to do the work, to harness and tame my dark side. How can we ever embrace our truest self if we never stir into the dark? Let's talk about the 2012 movie, the character Sasha. Sasha is an unsuspectable Jerk, and okay. And with that being said, let's pull out some cards on Sasha to see what's the tea. I will be pulling tarot cards from What's the Tea Tarot deck by manufacturer Sis Hui. On Sasha, I did a Little Shop of Horrors tarot readings on Unsuspectable JERKS. The total solar eclipse is coming up as well, and in that Little Shop of Horrors movie, it does discuss the total solar eclipse of the sun and how they navigated through that. Those on the other side, my sweet Asians. Okay. Speaking of the total solar eclipse, my dad gave me these glasses. He slid them underneath of my door. The total solar eclipse is coming soon. These glasses are amazing. So what they do, they only allow you to see the light. So you are only allowed to see the light, very focused in looking at the total solar eclipse of the sun, which will be visible in Texas, USA. That is from my dad. Okay. The second prophecy. Wow. Let's pull out for Sasha. Okay. We have Dust It Off, Girl Fight, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, Bad Habits, Bad Reputation. So he dusts off this relationship whom he shares with Samara, who is also a unsuspectable JERK. Okay, she is into fear and destruction, girl fights. She has a bad reputation, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Arguments, competing, just things you do not want to be a part of for your peace and reaching your goals. Ain't SHIT, love triangle, child services, clout hungry, photo proof. Yuri has two twins before he meets Tamara, and he puts Tamara into this love triangle because he controls Tamara a lot, is what I read and what I seen. And so with that being said, Tamara does not have children, but she does have an itsy bitsy dog and a tiny dog. And she is involved with a love triangle with Sasha and Yuri. Now, love triangles. Don't want it, never want to be a part of that. Take note to never involve yourself with 2 or more sex partners unless it is the love of your life. It ain't worth it at all. It's not worth it. And take notes before you miss it after you forget everything that you've ever learned. I'm just playing. This Mayan prophecy has our back, right? Let's continue. We are moving towards a new era of harmony. Jesus. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ignoring. Moving on. Obsessive lover. Ego. Moving. Okay, so Sasha is always moving. He's not really even paying attention to Tamara either. What he is paying attention to is his career. So his ego is staying with Tamara, no matter how much fear and destruction that is. But his ego is just like, I'm going to stay. I'm just going to stay. And that's in a way where he was feeling, he had good intentions. It was just the fear and destruction and the what he could get out of it is what he was encouraged by. Okay. Let's pull out some cards from the Broke Witches Tarot deck. By Broke Witches, for Broke Witches. No, I just seen the tarot deck. I have lots here. Did I put it away? Okay. Let's pull out from that. Oh, sorry for any inconvenience. Okay, so I think I put that away already. Yes. So I will be using the Horror Tarot deck today. It's called a Horror Tarot deck. As if what I was saying wasn't spooky enough. Do you like scary movies? King of Wands. Brings passion. Brings that to the table. But Sasha is not the King of Wands. What he brings to the table is a helicopter and driving skills. He does not bring the court card, King of Wands, to the table, which is somebody who is passionate about a situation that makes you passionate about a situation. Somebody who, let's get that here, King of Wands. Uno bonito. So the King of Wands is usually the card that is somebody who is a Leo, a fire king, the season spring, leader for things he has passion for, loves starting new things, action oriented, and has little patience for anything or anyone getting in his way. Effective leader because he can be inspirational. Okay. Now, let's get more into this. Let's get deeper dive into the unsuspectable JERK, 10 of Wands. Calculated. Wants to get something out of it that is not necessarily good for a person like me who wants their safety. This could also mean somebody who does a lot of magical spells or hasn't gone through a lot of pain or heartache as much as others. Let's see. Yeah. Does not want to do that, because if he were to do that, he'd look FAT, which is STUPID. No bonito. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, he's one of those characters that you would not expect to be a JERK, but if you pay close attention to his actions and what he is involved with and what he has done to dissipate that situation, that love triangle that he is in, hasn't done a thing here. Okay? Yeah. Let's get some divine words from Jesus Christ by Doreen Virtue. Whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Matthew 12:50. Yeah. This could be cutting a blood tie somehow with somebody in this lifetime. Be not afraid, only believe. Mark 5:36. Thank you so much for your likes and your subscription. Please do not forget to subscribe and to like a tuteler.